Okay, ji. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Very happy to see you.
Same here.
Have a good day.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
And let us first of all have a good morning. So we'll start the morning with quiz program. Can you tell me who was General de Gaulle?
The person who united Europe and France.
He was the president of France. Before being president of France, what was he? He was the commander-in-chief of the French forces. After that, he became the president of France. But he is important in history because he tried to establish friendship ties with Germany. And he tried to unite Europe.
He was the
Commander-in-chief of the French forces during Second World War. He tried to unite European countries in the form of European Economic Market, European Economic Union. European Economic Union then converted itself into European Economic Market. Then it further led to Euro, currency Euro, so that the trade could be easily done among the European countries. And can you tell me who was the second person who tried to unite Europe? That was Napoleon. What the first time? The first person who tried to unite Europe was Charles Magne. He died in 814 AD. He died in 14 AD. He was crowned by Pope. The entire Western Europe was united by him. But it was, and he became the monarch of Western Europe. So then Napoleon tried to unite Europe. And but let me tell you, the way Charles Magne tried to unite, and the way Napoleon tried to unite Europe, and the way General de Gaulle tried to, they are different. You see, it was through victory of different European countries that Charles Magne united Europe. He became a monarch of those countries. Napoleon also tried to conquer different European countries and put his military presence there. But General de Gaulle didn't do that. He did not disturb the political identities of European countries, but he tried to bring in them an awareness that European countries should unite, and without giving up their political existence, let them unite economically. So let there be an economic union, because trade is the most important thing. And so this was quite different. And he extended hand of friendship to Germany, because France and Germany were always fighting. And that day is celebrated even today. Every year that day is being celebrated. So General de Gaulle has a special place in history. And General de Gaulle was the person who liberated French colonies. There were so many colonies which were occupied by France as colonies, and he tried to liberate them, out of which Algeria is worth mentioning. Algeria. You see, about 1.5 lakh people had been killed in Algeria to become independent. But finally, it was General de Gaulle who liberated them. Now, can you tell me, so far the first industrial revolution was concerned, when did the first industrial revolution start? First industrial revolution started in 1760. First industrial revolution started in 1760 and it lasted up to 1840. This was the time that, and it started in England. This was the time when factories were built in England. In Britain. And do you know, Lancashire was the main place where the cotton mills were built. And up to 1760, India was leading in cotton trade, cotton goods trade. Then when the machines were made, cotton machines were made by by Britain, they started producing cotton on a large scale. They got raw material from India and prepared cotton in their mills and sent the finished good back to India. So India was the source of raw material and also it was the market for the finished goods. Since these goods were cheap because they were produced on mass scale, the Indians would go for those goods. Otherwise, the goods that were produced by India were of a special type and they had a lot of fancy in the entire world. The world had a fancy for Indian cotton goods. And then, you know, the first industrial revolution was triggered by water and steam power. Water and steam power. Then came, you know, the second industrial revolution. It started in America, in fact. It started in 1700, I should say. So it started in 1879.
1870 to
1870 to
1940.
1940, right. 1817 to 1870 to 19. Because you see, it was triggered by electricity
And internal combustion.
and internal combustion engine.
Yes, sir.
Internal combustion engine had been put on a commercial use right from 1840, 1860, but actually the main use started when aeroplanes came, when cars came. You see, the cars were the motor cars, the motor vehicles were using internal combustion engine, and aeroplanes were using internal combustion engine because it was difficult for them to use steam power. They used petrol power. The petroleum industry started coming into existence. Petrol started getting excavated from underground. Is that right or not? So petroleum got purified into the form of petrol, and the petrol was used in internal combustion engines, and these engines helped the cars to move. These engines helped the buses and aeroplanes to move, so that the traffic started moving on wheels. And you know, आपका Henry Ford was producing one car in every 3 minutes. He was producing, his T model became very popular, and he produced one car in every 3 minutes, and he flooded America with cars and also the world. So America was considered to be a country on wheels. America was considered to be the country on wheels, and he put the whole world on wheels. And in fact, Henry Ford claims that he was the precursor of the 20th century. He was the precursor of the 20th century. Then Wright brothers came and they started aeroplane, and there also combustion engine was used, and also internal combustion engine was used, and also petrol was used. So these were the days that petrol was also, you see, it was not only triggered by internal combustion engine and not only by electricity, but also by petrol. Because petrol as a form of, as a source of energy became very important. But coal also, you see, coal also was used as a source of energy. Is that right or not? You see, thermal power. What is thermal power? The power that you get from coal and from petrol. That is called thermal power. Then there is hydroelectric power. That is called clean energy, which you get from water. Is that right or not? Then you have got another source of power, another source of energy. That is the solar energy. You have another source of energy called the wind energy. You have another source of energy. What is that source? Atomic nuclear energy. Is that right? Nuclear energy and solar energy and wind energy are considered to be
Inexhaustible.
Tidal energy.
and tidal energy. They are and thermo and geothermal energy. And these are called clean energy. They are called clean energy. But the energy that you get from coal and petrol is called, it is not called clean energy because it pollutes them. It pollutes them. But there is a problem with nuclear energy also. Nuclear energy, जो है, there is a nuclear waste which is dumped under the ground. So the pollution under the ground goes on accumulating. So therefore nuclear energy is also not that clean as solar energy, as wind energy, as tidal energy, as geothermal energy. They are more cleaner than the atomic energy. Now, anyway, but this is the later stage. Atomic energy came late. But now let us talk about I talked about the second revolution,
Yes, sir.
which I said was triggered by internal combustion engine and also by electricity and also by petrol. The third industrial revolution started from 1920. Is that right, or 1950? It started from 1950. Second revolution continued from up to 1940s, 50. They say that the third industrial revolution started actually from 1950. When we came to third industrial revolution started from 1950, and you know what happened? It was triggered by digital revolution. Information age. We came to the age where we said that it is the age of information revolution. It is an age of knowledge revolution. Achha. And also knowledge revolution, information revolution, are digital revolution. Achha. And you know this was the time when the world became digital, online. Internet started coming to you, social media came to you, and social media made you accessible to the entire world. And not only that, but internet made you, empowered you with all the information that you would ever like to get, and you got interconnected with the entire world. Globalization, the third industrial revolution, is also called the globalization, the age of globalization. You know that just now I want to talk to my son. I just put my button on and my son is before me face to face. Is that right? This was achieved by whom? By Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs gave the Apple. Apple gave us the capability of accessing any part of the world through Facebook. Is that right? Through this उसको क्या था, FaceTime कहते हैं उसको जो FaceTime. अच्छा. Then you know that then came Facebook. That is different from FaceTime. And Facebook also became responsible for you to connect yourself to the entire part of the world. And so many other things came which connected you. This was the third revolution. Now, fourth revolution has already started in 2016. And this is advanced information age, advanced digital age. Is that right or not? It is advanced digital age, advanced information age. And this is the age of 3D and cloud and whatever you are talking about.
Big data.
3D printing, Internet of Things and industrial Internet of Things. Artificial intelligence. This is the fifth industrial revolution. Fifth industrial revolution, to which will be landing soon or some years after, will be an entirely different world. You know what it will be like? You will be having robots everywhere. You will be having robots. Your day-to-day work will be done by robots. See? You will not need any domestic servant. You will not need a cook. You will not need a driver. See, it will be a world of robots.
The one is already in this stage.
And do you know what? It will be a world where artificial intelligence will be prevailing everywhere. That means artificial intelligence will be solving your problem. It will be a world where machines will talk to each other. It will be a world where systems will try to learn from their own experience. Machines will try to learn from their own experience. It will be a world where regulation, coordination and control will be self-propelled. Systems will self-evolve themselves, self-coordinate themselves, self-control themselves. How do you understand? And self-evolve. Self-coordinate, self-regulate, self-coordinate, and self-control, and self-evolve. That means they will go beyond what they are. You understand? That's what is important. So it is the entire in the world. जिस बच्चों को आप यहाँ पर आज पढ़ाते हैं, the child that you are teaching here, you have to prepare that child for the fifth industrial revolution. You have to prepare that child for the fifth industrial revolution. Keep it in your mind. That is why you have to update your knowledge. You have to update your skills so that your children become fit to live in the fifth industrial revolution. Now let me tell you one thing more. That's again important. That's again important. The technology is moving so fast. Technology is moving so fast that it is difficult to cope up with it. But your children have to be made smart enough to cope up with this fast moving technology. You see, do you know Stone Age remained for Stone Age remained with us for 2.5 million years. 2.5 million, sure, you understand what is 2.5 million? 20 लाख और 50,000 साल तक हम स्टोन एज में रहे. अच्छा, फिर कॉपर एज, ब्रॉन्ज एज और आयरन एज, ये 5,000 साल तक हम रहे. दैट मीन जिस वक्त एक एज आती है दूसरी एज क्विकली पास होती है. इसी तरह से फर्स्ट इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन जब हुआ तो सेकंड रेवोल्यूशन जो है वो उससे तेज चला. थर्ड इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन उससे भी तेज चला. फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन उससे भी तेज चलेगा. और फिफ्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन नेचुरली उससे भी आगे, क्योंकि दे बिल्ट अपॉन द प्रीवियस रेवोल्यूशन. दे बिल्ट अपॉन द प्रीवियस रेवोल्यूशन. So mind it that you have to prepare your children for a fifth industrial revolution, and naturally you have to upgrade yourself in your skills, in your knowledge, in your understanding, so that your children you can prepare to be able to enter into the fifth industrial revolution. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this session.